If we ever wanted to know what the future of immigration is going to look like in the UK, then look no further than what's going on in America right now in LA. At the moment, they're rioting in the streets, and it just looks like a war zone or conflict, you know what I'm saying? It's just civilians and law enforcement. Apparently, ICE has come in heavy on LA, and there are literal people protesting in the streets to fight for people not to be deported. Nothing wrong with protests, but they're starting to get violent. And the craziest thing I seen, which just blew my mind, is in these riots, there's people waving Mexican flags and flags of other countries for that matter. I ain't got nothing against nobody, but I just find that interesting. Picture this. Picture that, let's say, 500,000 Americans are going into, I don't know, pick your country. And this happened, the country, say, is the size of say 20 million. And that's like 2 million people, right? In 4 years. And then when that country says, well, wait a minute, there's a lot of people that should have been gone already. We need to send them out. It's an extreme case. They have to go. They can come back, but they have to. And then all my people get mad, start breaking shit. Excuse my language. We start rioting, and you see me in the middle of that riot waving an American flag on foreign soil. And mind you, the people in my group would need to be deported because it was something that was supposed to go, right? Doesn't that sound crazy when I put it to you like that? Doesn't that sound odd, crazy, and kind of entitled? Now, in cases where there's people that have been mistaken and been totally agree. But I would imagine that's the vast majority are not. There's people already on the list that Biden just didn't deport that he said themselves, the previous administration said themselves were supposed to be deported. And it's not even about anti-immigration, but I think people misunderstand this whole situation. Countries only got the capacity to do things in a certain amount of time. And when you think about it, if you're popular to say 60 million and say over the past 10 years, 10 million people come to the country, you got to have like public resources. You got to be able to, the infrastructure has to be able to support that. You got to be able to build the homes. You got to be able to supply the water. If not, what you end up with higher prices and more poverty. And remember, governments help out people that are disabled and people that can't help themselves. And basically, if you're an asylum seeker or something, you become a part of that system. Now, I'm not saying asylum seekers don't work hard. Most of them do. But you can only take so many people in, bro. It's things are at capacity in the West. And if you look at almost every Western country, they're at capacity. And you have politicians trying to do something about it. And unfortunately, you can't be nice about this stuff. It's like if you had a head wound, right? And the people that said they needed treatment said, just give them a paracetamol, that should take away the pain. Or would you say we need to give them we need to numb the pain and we need to seal that up fast or they're going to lose blood, right? Think about that. You wouldn't use paracetamol for a head wound, right? A gaping head wound. No, you wouldn't. So the way I see this immigration situation is governments have let too many people in. It's not even the people immigrating's fault. It's the governments running this have let so many people in that it needs this extreme solution to solve the problem. And unfortunately, there will be riots. There will be violence. It's just because it's an extreme. It was allowed to get to this point. And it's unfortunate because if the system was held to some kind of standard, you wouldn't have these extremes, these riots, these people protesting in the street. All this violence wouldn't be here. Everything should be about moderation, including immigration. In the end, bruh, all I really want to see, and I would say the majority of the world want to see, is peace. Everybody loses in well, there's winners, but when you think about who wins and loses in conflicts and wars and riots and all these things, it's a small minority of people that win, when most of us just end up with the short end of the stick. And on that note, y'all take care.